What's up? Welcome back to Nowstalgia. Dave here with a review of Ive's debut album, I've Ive. New K-pop group, debuted at the end of 2021, and they had a monster 2022, like a few other rookie groups, and they're really part of this new wave of female K-pop groups, Ive and La Seraphim and New Jeans. The rookie ladies have been all the rage in K-pop the last, year and a half at this point. And I've have been huge chart toppers in their own right. They only had released, I believe, 6, 7 songs to this point before this full-length album has come out. But among those songs, Afterlife and then Love Dive, they just had some massive, big anthemic singles that have really resonated and really put this group, I think, front and center in terms of people being excited about them. And what I find particularly interesting about Ive is just how much success they've found despite being signed to Starship Entertainment, a much smaller K-pop company. They are not signed to one of the big four K-pop labels, yet they've had monster hits, #1 hits in Asia. That is really no small feat and really quite impressive considering the big competition they've been going up against in terms of their peers. And now we have this full length I've Ive, and I really like the presentation of this group in terms of like the brand and the confidence in the name and how they kind of put that forward. I think it's pretty effective because they're pretty consistent with it. But honestly, I thought I've Ive was really quite enjoyable. I think there's just a lot of like banger songs on this. To be blunt, starting right off, you have Blue Blood. The drum line on that, almost gives you like that processional, almost like a march feeling. I think it starts off quite well. And in general, I think Starship, the team around Ive, like they really have a handle on what kind of production these young women sound good on, because I think they're always really matching their beats quite well. And it starts off with Blue Blood. Track 2, though, they don't waste any time. I Am. That is an anthemic, big maximalist pop banger, similar to how After Like, and Love Dive and 11, make you feel the past I've bangers. I Am is the next one. You got the music video already. It has these big notes on the chorus, very anthemic. The chorus kind of builds up, and you get these long vocal notes, kick drums, very consistent as well. And I think for a group, I haven't always been as, and again, they're brand new. They only had a few songs out to this point, but they hadn't been super, I think, vocally experimental yet. They hadn't really dived into that, singing bag per se. It had been much more, I think, smooth vocals for these big anthemic songs. It's kind of a cool combination. But a song like I Am, I think the bigger singing notes really stand out in terms of contrasting to the previous work to this point. So that one stood out to me. The third song, Kitsch, which is with the lead single here, I can't help but like the acknowledgement of like 90s Kish. It's almost like a antecedent to New Jeans being so openly inspired by like Y2K production and fashion and things like that. So kind of an interesting juxtaposition there in terms of one of their peer groups. Heroin, I thought the na 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 like breakdown part was incredibly catchy. Mine, I thought that song was just okay, but even though it was just okay, like it was still pretty darn catchy. I think like this group, it just, the song structures are just incredibly tight. Not Your Girl, that was a really big banger as well, very similar to After Like for me. I like that one quite a bit. Huge production there. Hypnosis, man, that song's a bop, but that one also has like a guitar kind of jumping in and really quite rips. And then there's a bit of rap flow on there. You don't get a ton of hip hop from Ive to this point. I think some K-pop groups will almost like ham-fistedly have a rapper role on a lot of their songs, and like one of their members is like made into a rapper per like the requirements of making K-pop music. I've to this point hasn't had a whole lot of rapping in their songs, but it actually stood out to me in a positive way on Hypnosis. Perhaps that's just I hadn't heard that much before, but it actually sounded pretty intentional, and I thought it was pretty good. Similarly on Cherish, which overall has I think a much more of a throwback like 90s R&B vibe to it. Tempo was incredibly choice, loved it, And the rap flow again, it's light hip hop, again, it's overall like R&B vibe, but the rap flow on it, I thought was quite capable again. So shout out Ive for finding and the team for finding ways to fit in, some hip hop influence and some hip hop performance into this music because I think it has worked well on this record here. Uh, Shine with Me, the closer. I think it's an incredibly strong closer. I don't often feel this way about K-pop closers, but man, I think the strings and the production, like the orchestral nature to it, really I think was fitting as a way to wrap that song, wrap the record up. It sounded really great. And just one other note: some of the IVE members have already been co-writing songs. There's co-writing credits on this record already. As a great sign for their future success and what kind of artists these women are. So I'm quite enthusiastic about this group. Obviously, they have huge competition in terms of other fourth gen K-pop groups, people they debuted in right alongside. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of excitement. But I think that's what makes it so fun is that there's so many intriguing and fully formed unique groups already in terms of brand new K-pop groups. So IVE is one of those in a sense leading the way in terms of hit making. Very exciting. And again, shouts off to them for doing this on a small label, which is incredibly impressive. But yeah, let me know, how'd you feel about the IVE debut album, I've Ive? Did you like this more or less compared to those previous hits? And for more K-pop reviews, more music reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.